2018 has been a pretty interesting year as an Arsenal fan. Despite all of the highs and lows, it's certainly been the first time in quite a few years that the fans have finally received what they've been begging for: change. In the last 12 months, Arsenal has completely changed the overall state of the club in a variety of ways. Legendary manager Arsene Wenger announced his departure from the club, and former PSG and Sevilla manager Unai Emery took his place. The likes of Alexis Sanchez, Olivier Giroud and Jack Wilshere left the club, while the likes of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Henrikh Mkhitaryan and Lucas Torreira joined the North London club. And perhaps the most crucial change of all, Sir Ivan Gazidis finally stepped down from his role as Arsenal's chief executive after he accepted an offer from AC Milan. In his place, the newly hired Roel Sanlihi and also Vinay Venkatesham took over as the club's head of football and managing director respectively. But anyways, enough of all that. While you could definitely argue that Arsenal has underachieved in the last 12 months, there have still been quite a few fantastic moments in games, like the thrashing versus Tottenham in the North London derby, or those first 18 minutes versus Atletico Madrid in the first leg of the Europa League. In regards to the players, there's been quite a few that have had an excellent year in 2018, and these individuals deserve some recognition, even if you personally disagree. The following video takes a look at my top 5 Arsenal players for 2018. Enjoy. But wait, before we do get started, I'm just going to quickly mention now that Aaron Ramsey is an honourable mention for this list. He just missed out for me. But yeah, here's the video. Enjoy. Number 5. Mesut Ozil. Kicking off the list is none other than Arsenal's quote-unquote best player, Mesut Ozil. Without trying to sound too harsh, I did find it a bit difficult choosing the number 5 spot for this list, because I don't actually think there have been 5 top players at the club this year. If I'm being honest, I'd say that there's been a big gap in terms of consistency and also in terms of overall performances between a majority of the Arsenal squad and the players that I mentioned after this little bit in the video. Without including the summer signings, I guess you could say that Ozil and also I guess Ramsey from before have been the best out of a pretty underwhelming bunch. In terms of what we do know, the German international has had a pretty terrible rollercoaster ride in 2018. On one side of the spectrum, Ozil committed his future to the London club and has often played well in club games this year. However, on the other side of the case, Ozil has been linked with a move away from the club at both the start and also end of the year, and it's likely he doesn't have a future at the club now under new manager Unai Emery. Also, the 30-year-old was essentially forced to retire from international duty following the 2018 World Cup as a result of the consistent and disgusting, bigoted, racist and Islamophobic abuse he received from so-called fans and also important individuals such as Reinhard Grindel and Bernd Holzhauer, to name a few. Regarding his performances, I'd say Ozil has had a bit of an inconsistent run in 2018. There have been games where he's performed like he was once again the best attacking midfielder in the world, while there have been other performances where he's shown that he isn't the same player that he was a few years back. In terms of this season, some of Ozil's best performances include the games against Leicester, Watford and also Liverpool respectively. You can say whatever you want about Mesut Ozil, but with him in the side we're pretty much always looking significantly better than when he's not in the team. Number 4. Alexander Lacazette. The 27-year-old is technically the one that probably starts up this list. While he has been mistreated to an extent by both Arsene Wenger and also Unai Emery in favour of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and also the fact that he's missed some games through injury, the Frenchman has had a pretty good 2018 for the Gunners. Lacazette contributed to 19 goals in 30 league appearances in 2018, averaging a goal contribution every 104 minutes. While you could argue that his numbers in front of goal haven't been overly impressive in 2018, it's worth mentioning that just over a third of his league appearances in 2018 came off the bench. While he is a very good finisher, his overall game isn't just about goals, unlike the aforementioned Aubameyang. His link-up play with the wide players and midfielders is rather underrated, as well as his hold-up play. Also, he works perfectly alongside Aubameyang when they're positioned in a two-forward formation. While the injury to Danny Welbeck has been an issue, Unai Emery should do whatever he can to play Aubameyang and Lacazette alongside one another for the remainder of the season, even if that means giving someone like Eddie Nketiah more game time, or also bringing in a versatile forward on loan in the winter transfer window. The Frenchman is without a doubt the closest big game player Arsenal have had since the likes of Alexis Sanchez and also Theo Walcott. In 2018, he played a part in the demolishing of Tottenham, scored the vital equaliser in that infamous and also important 1-1 victory against Liverpool last month, and also he scored the opener versus Atletico Madrid in the first leg of the Europa League, if only our defence wasn't so foolish and stupid that day. Number 3. Hector Bellerin. In the middle of this list, I opted for Spaniard Hector Bellerin. Similarly with some other Arsenal players, as well as the player that I'll be discussing next in this list, Bellerin has improved quite a lot in 2018, and I also think the introduction of Unai Emery has played a part in his growth. Bellerin is without a doubt one of the best players in the league in his position, and some of his performances this season have proved that. Unfortunately, there have been quite a few Arsenal fans this year, or if you can even call them Arsenal fans, who have continuously mocked and criticised the Spaniard for ridiculous reasons and also failed to give him credit or praise when it's due. Whether it's the fact he has long hair, is a vegan, or even if it's because he's not afraid to speak his mind, the treatment that he has received from a number of quote-unquote fans this year has been nothing short of embarrassing. I mean, earlier in the year he publicly criticised AFTV during a Q&A session at the Oxford Union, and a few days later a fake tape was leaked with the likely attempt of defaming the Spaniard, where the person in the tape was heard criticising the club. Regardless of who produced and circulated this false tape, it is awful seeing the lengths some people will go to try and create controversy and hatred towards a player. Regardless of what you say or believe, the 23-year-old has been outstanding for Arsenal in 2018 and is also quite easily one of the club's best players too. The 23-year-old is a crucial player for Arsenal down the right flank as a result of his much improved crossing, his link-up play and also his outstanding energy levels. He has played some fantastic football alongside the likes of Henrikh Mkhitaryan and Mesut Ozil on the right, but I desperately want to see him link up with a more natural winger in 2019. He could be able to shine even more than he already does. Number 2. Granit Xhaka. Just missing out on the top spot for me is none other than Granit Xhaka. This one might be a bit of a surprise to you considering how high up he is, but I think for the most part Granit Xhaka has been outstanding for us throughout a majority of the calendar year, let alone in the 2018-19 Premier League season. The Swiss midfielder is arguably the most important player in the Arsenal team right now, or perhaps maybe second to Ozil, and it's clear to see why. Personally, I think his presence in midfield has been significantly better this year, unlike in previous years. He no longer makes as many reckless errors like he used to, and also his confidence on the ball and overall accuracy with his passes has seen improvements too. In addition, thanks to the signing of Lucas Torreira, Granit Xhaka has looked a lot more protected alongside the Uruguayan. Last season, the Swiss midfielder would receive unnecessary criticism from a large portion of the fanbase because of his midfield partnership with Aaron Ramsey. While they're both very good midfielders, their styles don't match one another in a duo, and there were many times last season where Ramsey's positioning in the final third would leave Xhaka being exposed on the counter. However, since Torreira's introduction, the Swissman has seen a lot more protection in midfield, which enables him to focus more on his build-up of possession and also his passing, where he has played more passes into the final third than any other player in the league this season. Personally, I think the 25-year-old should be given the captain's armband next season. I know it's a bit of a cliche thing to say, but he does look and behave like that type of leader you want on the pitch, and also he has been consistently great for us this season, unlike in other years. With the likes of Mesut Ozil, Aaron Ramsey and also Laurent Koscielny potentially leaving the club in the next year, this year could very well be Granit Xhaka's year as Arsenal's brand new captain. Okay, can I have a drum roll please? My pick for Arsenal's best player in 2018 is none other than Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. I mean, it's not exactly surprising that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang takes the top spot for me in my list. Ever since he joined the club from Borussia Dortmund back in January, he's quickly made a name for himself in the red and white and has arguably been the best forward we've had since Thierry Henry. And I already know that some Robin van Persie fans will be quick to disagree with that statement. The Gabonese forward was Arsene Wenger's final ever signing as manager. He also became the fastest player to reach 10 goals for the North London club. And also on the topic of Arsene Wenger, Aubameyang also scored the last home and away goals of the Arsene Wenger era. It's fair to say that Aubameyang was a pretty busy man for Arsenal across the year. His off-the-ball movement and positioning is outstanding, his link-up play has helped produce some beautiful goals under Unai Emery, and his finishing has mostly been very good too, even though he has missed a few easy chances he should have done better with. Seeing as in this list I've had a bit of a habit of mentioning players' best games in the 2018-19 league season, I'll quickly mention now that the forward has been excellent against the likes of Tottenham, Leicester and also Fulham. If I'm being honest, it's not exactly surprising either that he's currently leading the Golden Boot table, as of speaking. After years of begging for that world-class striker, Arsenal finally have that man. It's just a shame the club signed him and also Alexander Lacazette when they did, because now there's the case of different problems in the team that need addressing. In 2018, Aubameyang scored 23 Premier League goals for Arsenal in 32 league appearances, and is my pick for Arsenal's best player in 2018. And anyways, that's my list. Who do you think was Arsenal's best player in 2018? Why don't you comment down below or tweet me over at @ByJohnSmith and share this video too. But anyways, thank you for checking out this video. Maybe check out another video that I've made if you'd like, but most importantly, have a happy new year, and also I hope you have a great day.